And welcome back again to the Code Maven channel and to the series of the Kantoniko website. In this episode, we are going to continue and see a couple of more features on this website. So if this is the first video about this, then go and check the first 3 videos already. So in this website, as you can remember, we can translate words, but there are many menu items here. So the first one is the grammar menu item, where you have a couple of these tables, list of words. The first one is just a list of words that are related to grammar, and some of them have links because some of them are actually in the dictionary. So this can be useful. More useful, well, to some level, much more useful those that are actually used a lot, those words. So the pronumbers are obviously I, you, all these words are here, and then they are linked to the word actually in the dictionary, and from there you can start going to the examples and the various messages using those words. The other example is ser and estar, the two quite common and obviously and difficult words, sort of for the non-Spanish, non-Ladino speakers, because both in modern Spanish and in Ladino, these both words exist that mean to be, and many people, including myself, keep confusing the two. So I created those lists, hopefully correctly, and if not, then that's again a place where people could help improve the site. So these are the two lists, and then you can here, I guess the links are missing here, so I should add links here to the dictionary. So that's one of the things that I need to do. Okay, more lists here. So in here you can see examples. So this is the collection of all the examples that we have, all the sentences, not the WhatsApp messages, not the una frase messages. Just we have just plain sentences that I mentioned that you can see under each word, those examples where exist. Now, some of these examples already have some sound bites, some sound recordings, partially because they either came from Albert Israel or from Karen Sarhon. So these are actually, I think here, this is just the link to the WhatsApp messages, and her name is just the link to the una frase messages. So that's separate. But the other people, these 3 people now, started to contribute. Actually, there's a 4th one now, and I should add her audio recordings as well. So we have now these 3 messages of Rachel Amando Bortnik, who is actually the person who created the Ladino Comunità. So, and Perla Catan and Benny Aguado, they have recorded some of the sentences, and then Eti Ojalvo, her name and the links will appear here soon, probably within a couple of days, once I have time to add the sentences that she read out loud, and then we can have them too. So what you can see here is basically sentences, and then some of the sentences here have a sign of a headphone. So those sentences have audio, so you can click on the link of the sentence, and then you can see the sentence. Here this time you have links to the words, and then you can listen to the sentence, and then you can click on the word, and then you get to the list of the page about that word, and then again all these things that we saw earlier. So that's some of the messages, and then other messages don't have this sign because they don't have any audio recording yet. So that's one way to listen to. The other way is to click on the name of the person that you would like to listen to, and then you will see all the sentences where you have the audio of that person. And then you click on the sentence, and then you see the sentence and the audio. So these are the links, and this the silent one is just the collection of all the messages that don't have any audio, and I created this list. So if anyone wants to help, it will be easy for them to find the sentences that don't have any sound, any audio recording yet. Now, I'm not saying that if one has audio recording, that not to record again, because people have different pronunciations. Obviously, men and women sound totally differently, but especially in Ladino, people speak very differently if they are originally from Izmir or probably also Istanbul. They are probably also different. I don't really hear that, of course, because I'm not hearing that well the language. But people from other places speak differently. So it's a very good idea to have the audio of the same sentence in various in the voice of various people. So if you are a Ladino speaker and would like to contribute, this is one of the things that can really help, I think, everyone who wants to learn Ladino or improve their Ladino by listening to these examples. So that's one of them. This link is actually another interesting link where we have the list of all the words, all the Ladino words that we have in the dictionary. Now, as you can see at the beginning, especially, there are some of these sorts of strangely formatted words. They are not really functioning correctly in the dictionary yet, I think. Let's see if they actually this word. And we have to, and there are some of these expressions where multiple words are together. These are leftovers from the beginning of the creation of the dictionary, and slowly they will be somehow cleaned up. I'm not sure yet what will happen to them. Maybe they will move to be defined as phrases. I don't know yet. But the point of this table is actually to allow you to find words that don't have any examples. Remember, some words have casa had a lot of examples. So if we look for casa here, not de casa, no en casa, just casa, then you can see that there were 10 examples. And the word que, obviously, it's a very common word, have 37 sentences where this word is being used. So if you'd like to help, then one of the things that you can do is go to this list, find a word that has no, because it has 0, so there is no example with that word, with that format of the word. So the cayentes in plural doesn't have an example. Cayente in singular has one example. So obviously this could also help getting another example with this word, but even more important, more valuable, an example with the plural version or the female version of the word, and so on. And so this can help people who would like to help. And then you can here you can abrazos, okay, just can click, and then you can see there's no example. And if I go back and I click on another word, let's say on this one, abrevar, then you can see that there are 2 examples here with that word. So this is where this list comes in. And then there are, well, let's jump to the dictionaries first. So I created these pages. I'm not sure how useful they are. These are just plain Ladino English, and then there's another one which is English Ladino. So this is just all the words that have Ladino and then have English translation. Some people prefer to use the dictionary this way. Okay, so I created them. There's also here this link, which is really not that useful probably. I tried to generate PDF files. So here you can see Diccionario Ladino. I think if you click on this one, you will download PDF versions, which are not really well formatted, of these dictionaries. And maybe they're not working anymore. I haven't invested too much in that. So not that interesting, I think, at this point. But if some people say, oh, this is exactly what I want, then I will consider working on this a little bit more. the more interesting here is the listas. Okay, so there's the word lists here. Actually, in the dictionary background there, every word can have one or more categories, and many words were categorized. So now you can see, for example, frutas. Okay, so you click on this and you get a list of fruits that are in the dictionary and were marked as a fruit. And then you will see the name in Ladino and sometimes the accented version, so where you have an accent mark like this. Well, I don't know how well it can be seen now here. And then the English, the French, so the translations of those specific words. So this is frutas, and then you can go and whatever, comidas, okay, so all kind of meals. And then you can here click on the word, and you get to the word, that is the explanation, and you can see here that, for example, this doesn't have any examples. So it could be really useful to have examples with that. And obviously also it can be useful to have translations for all these, the missing translations, or if there is incorrect translation, then fixing all those. So these are these lists. And what else shall I show you? Oh, there is this one. Okay, so let's show this one. So affiches is a collection of, I don't know, images that were created by Aldo Sevi, who is running the Los Ladinadores, which is a Facebook group. I actually recommend very much you, if you are a Facebook user, to join that group. So you can have the link here. So he is creating these posters, I think that would be the right word in English, of collections of things, and then puts an image there and the Ladino name in there. So that could be very, very useful. The only problem I have with this is that because it's an image, I can't easily connect the word with the image. So I can't have a link from La Revenada to this image to make it to allow the person to see the image and so on. And then I can't also link easily from these images back to the translation. But well, this is a technical issue. But I really love this because you can in many cases you can learn much better when you see a picture and then try to understand the meaning of the word. So you can go and see las dulzurias, okay, so all kind of sweets, and then you can get. There's another issue with these, is that Aldo keeps updating them and keeps adding them on Facebook, and I'm not following that closely enough. So there are probably some of them that are out of date, and there are some of them are missing here. So that's why also I recommend that you join the Los Ladinadores group in Facebook. And I could use some help copying those images and putting them here, and then later on we can discuss also how can we create maybe the linking, so these things will be interconnected with the rest of the website. So this is the affiches place, and then you can see there are many of these groups. That's another one. And then libros. Okay, let's show this one. So this is a book that so in case you're familiar with this, there is a European grades of levels of language knowledge, where you can have A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1, C3 levels. And there are various books out there. So this is the Sefer rating of language knowledge. And there are various books out there in various languages, English, modern Spanish, and a couple of other languages, I guess, that are specially designed for these levels of knowledge. So these are for adults, not children books. but specifically for level people who speak, at least, for example, this book, people who speak at a beginner level, A1 level. So I really liked one of these books. Well, it's not a huge creation, but it's a very useful, but I think it's a very fun book to read when you are learning a language. I read it when the original Spanish, modern Spanish, when I was learning modern Spanish, and I received the approval of Juan Fernandez, who is the author of this book and many other books. And by the way, you can click on this link to get his website. He's teaching modern Spanish. And I started to translate this, and I got some help. And that's how you can already see 19 chapters or 19 parts of this book. So here you can click on the number, and then you can see the Ladino version of the book. Now, this is not interconnected. We might do the interconnection, but I'm not sure that I want it. I'm not sure that Juan wants it, because the original Spanish version is not public. And he was really nice and agreed that I translate this and make it public. But obviously he doesn't want any of the translations be connected, because that's his that's his business, basically. So anyway, this is the beginning of this book. I really hope that at one point we'll have more of these books here, because it's a nice way to learn a language, to read some story. But with Ladino, if you only have texts which are for fluent Ladino speakers, like various journals that there are and various books that are out there in Ladino, that's really frustrating for someone who is at a beginner level of the language. So that's why I started to translate this book, and that's it. So just another thing, the last thing that I mentioned those in the previous video, there's HR Lashon. We have a WhatsApp group where you can join and exchange messages in Ladino in WhatsApp. And we have a meeting twice a week. I think it's 7 o'clock at the 7 p.m. Jerusalem time. Figure it out in your time zone. What's that? And then if you join the WhatsApp group, you will get the invitation to join this meeting where we speak in Ladino and help each other and talk about various interesting and nice things. So thank you for watching. I really hope that you liked the video, and then please like it, follow the channel, and I really hope that you will send me an email and get in touch with us and get to see us, and then we can see you and we can talk, and it's all been fun. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video and hopefully next meeting.